meet a few of you guys. A lot, haven't been able to meet yet. That's my plan for the next, couple months to try and get out and meet everybody. But just wanted to say, super excited to work with everybody. Been able to meet all the office staff and work with them for a few weeks. Got my family moved over, so we're Buckeyes now and ready to move on from being Hoosiers. So. Trying to work on me on being a Browns fan. Bob is pretty heavy. That's still going to take a little work, but again, just wanted to introduce myself, say I'm excited to work with everybody. We got safety training here. That's one thing that having safety as a number one priority is going to be key for us. So I'm a resource here to help you guys work safe and be successful and take care of our customers. So going to have a new cell phone here in a little bit. So once that comes around, then I'll get everybody my cell phone, and don't hesitate to call, okay? So if you have a second, just pop over and I'll be walking around as well, all right? So we'll watch this guy set something on fire here this morning.
My name's Bill. I'm with Silco Fire and Security. We're the company that comes around every year and does the annual check on your fire extinguishers. Today we're going to have a brief meeting, just basically going over fire safety, when to fight a fire, how to use a fire extinguisher. So briefly to get started, we're going to talk about the different types of fires. There's the A-rated fire. Easiest way to remember this is A for ash. Anything that produces an ash, paper, wood, plastic. Those are your A-rated fires. B-rated fires are flammable liquids, gasolines, kerosenes, things of that nature. C-rated fires are electrical fires. These are your most common industrial fires. They're the main reason why you don't see a lot of water fire extinguishers. It's not really recommended to fight fires in an industrial setting with water. What is used typically is an all-purpose ABC fire extinguisher. These are good for all three of those types of fires. We'll go over that a little bit more in a minute. Other two types of fires are D fires, which are flammable metals. You guys probably won't come in contact with those very much. You're talking about magnesium, potassium. These are very dangerous fires. They need special training if you're working around anything like that. And then K fires, which are your kitchen fires, your grease fires. There are specialized fire extinguishers and suppression systems for those. If you guys go into any restaurants or anything, you'll see a pull station on a wall, and then there's a big silver extinguisher. That's for grease fires. So, like I said, typically most settings, and what you'll find in the rooms you guys are going into, are the ABC fire extinguishers. It's a powder designed to fight A, B, and C fires. So, if you come across a fire in a workplace setting or on one of your job sites, there are several things you need to do before you can even consider fighting the fire. First thing is, everyone in the building needs to be alerted and are actively leaving the building. If there's a pull station, use that. A lot of places that don't have that, they'll have some sort of code that goes over an intercom. Everybody needs to be alerted so that they're exiting the building. Fire department's been called. I've talked to fire departments. They would much rather show up and see that fire completely out and be there and make sure it's out than to have you call 10 minutes late thinking, oh, I can get this fire out, and you can't, and now the whole building's on fire. So no matter how small, call the fire department. Only fight fires when they're small and contained to a small area. We're thinking the size of a waste paper basket. Anything bigger than that, don't even attempt to fight it. These fire extinguishers are not meant to fight big fires. They're to put out small, contained fires. If it gets any bigger, don't fight. There's no chance that your escape route can be blocked. So if the fire's here and my escape route's over there, I'm going to the exit. No chance. You don't want any chance that fire is going to block your way out. You need to make sure that you're using the correct type of fire extinguisher for the fire you're fighting. 90% of the time where you're at, it's going to be either an A, B, or C fire, which means you can use the ABC fire extinguisher that is located in the equipment room you're working in or in whatever area you're working in. And then you need to make sure you're properly trained on how to use the fire extinguisher, which is something we're going to go over here now. there are certain times when you don't want to fight the fire. First thing, if it's spreading beyond the immediate area, you know, if you get a small fire going in a break room in a trash can and all of a sudden it's broke out and it's spreading, exit, leave the building. Your safety is more important than any property. There's smoke in the area. Smoke causes more death than fire. That's what causes injuries and death in a fire more than anything else is smoke. So if you see smoke, leave the area. If your escape route has a chance of being blocked, like I said before, don't fight the fire, use the escape route, let the fire department handle it. If you're not sure how to use the fire extinguisher, don't even try. And if there's any doubt in your mind with the fire, exit. Don't risk it, don't try to be a hero. Okay, so this is a fire extinguisher. Now, obviously, everyone knows that. The way these work, who knows the acronym when you're going to use fire extinguisher?
Pass.
Exactly. P. P in pass is pull. This pin is on here. You'll see there's a little zip tie. That prevents it from coming off. So you're going to pull the pin. This fire extinguisher is designed to be held like this, with your palm on the bottom handle. I see people trying to hold it like this. I see people trying to hold it like that. Ain't not going to work too well if you try it. Just like I'm holding it right here. That way you can use your thumb to depress the top handle. A. A is aim. You're aiming at the base of the fire, not over the fire. Right at the base of the fire, you're going to start anywhere from 6 to 10 feet from the fire. The first S is squeeze. You're going to squeeze the top of the handle. That will begin to discharge the fire extinguisher. Once you squeeze and it's being discharged, sweep across the base of the fire, slowly move forward, continue until the fire extinguisher is empty or the fire is out.
That would have gone up like nothing.
Right.
No need to put it out. You can't start. What the hell? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, once we're waiting for this to get going, a common question I'm always asked about your fire extinguishers at home. Everybody asks me, well, you know, what do I do with this fire extinguisher sitting under my kitchen sink? First thing, if you've got a fire extinguisher at home, you want to check that once every 6 months when you change your clocks. Turn it upside down.
No matter what side you go to.
Check to make sure the gauge is in the green. Find your manufacture date. It's either going to be stamped on the bottom of the cylinder or it's going to be on the label. Replace it every 12 years. All right, looks like we're ready to go. You remember, what's the P stand for?
Hold the pen.
Hold the pin. A.
Aim.
Aim it at the base of the fire. S.
Squeeze.
The other S? All right, the wind shifted.
And then run.
Yeah.
It's out.
No, it's not.
Flare's still on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get. We put the fire
All right. Trust me, the wind was blowing that way earlier. Any questions from anybody?
I have a question. What if
Yes,
you
sir.
breathe that stuff from the fire extinguisher?
It's an irritant, but it's not harmful. It'll make you.
What if you use
Doesn't
that?
feel-
Okay. What if you use that fire extinguisher on a different type of fire that's not rated for? Does it do anything? Does it help?
Well, the only ratings that one's not rated for is a Class D or a Class K. K is is a kitchen fire, like a grease fire. What it's going to do is splash the grease and it's going to spread the fire because of the pressure coming out. Class D fire, I've actually heard of the Class D fires burning so hot that they will actually burn the chemical that's in that extinguisher. That's why those extinguishers have a special chemical in them. Usually it's either sand or copper that covers it, and it's not as likely to burn. Because the metal fires burn extremely hot.
If you were just to hold that and just spray it, how long would it go for?
That one will go for about 15 seconds.
Okay. Is that the norm? Is that standard?
They're rated, so that's a 10-pound extinguisher. It discharges more powder, so it shoots off for longer. There's smaller types and larger types, depending on hazard rating of the area that it's placed on.
Okay.
So like a 5-pound fire extinguisher versus a 10-pound, does that just determine how long it'll
How much
distribute
chemical
the
it's going to
extinguisher?
put out.
Okay.
It goes out at the same speed.
Yep.
So
Just
in
holds
theory, it'll be half the discharge time on a 5-pound.
So if the extinguisher's in the green and it's not, and then the tag is not, it's still good, right? If the tag's not up to date, but it's in the green, we're still good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
By code, they need that tag needs to be updated.
Right.
By fire safety standard, they actually should be looked at every month.
Okay.
You should have somebody going through your facility every month, checking them. Any company that tags them will have on the back of their card a place for somebody to sign off every month.
Right.
And what they're looking for when they sign off on it, fire extinguisher's there, it's not damaged, it's not blocked, tag and tamper seal still on it, and it's still in the ground.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you've got 20 extinguishers around the building, it'll take maybe 10, 15 minutes to check them out. Basically the time it takes to walk around and sign the cards, because the check is really just quick visual.
Right.
Any other questions? All right, that's all I got.
That's it. All right. Thank you.
Thank